I'm going to be demonstrating magical butterflies, a pattern on my website for a blanket. The stitch repeat is a multiple of 12 plus 2, any multiple of 12, and then you add 2 to that total. Except you have to start with a minimum of 38, which I'm doing here, 38 chains. You can do less than 38, but you won't be able to follow the pattern. You'll have to adapt it to that. So I'm going to start off with 38 chains, skip the first chain, and make a single crochet in the second chain. Yarn over, pull it through. Now I'm going to make 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to single crochet into the 6th chain from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 5, whoops, skip 5. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain. It's hard to get started sometimes with this camera 3 feet in front of you. All right. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next. And this is all you're going to do to start, is just chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the next one. And you're going to do that all the way across to the end. Just chain 5, skip 5, single crochet. Now we're on row 2, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet into the first single crochet. And then the pattern instructs to do a shell. And you look up in the special stitches, and a shell is 5 treble, chain 5, 5 treble, all in the same stitch. Now you may think that that's not going to fit, but it's going to fit. You just squeeze it in there. So 5 treble, 5 chain, 5 treble, all right here in this one spot. So this is 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to show you that it really will fit here. 3, 4, 5. These are much taller stitches than I'm accustomed to doing on camera. And then 5 chain, and then 5 more right here. 1 and 2. Whoa, missed that one. I'm telling you, working 3 foot in front of your face is really hard to do. 2 and 3. I'm almost there. And 4. And 5. Whew. Alright, so right there in that one single crochet I was able to fit 5 treble, 5 chains, and 5 treble. Now let's move on to the next instruction. It says single crochet and next single crochet. So just going to move on to the next one right there, and you only need 1 single crochet in that one. And what you're going to do here is no chains between the shell and the single crochet. See, there's nothing there. The single crochet is wide enough that you don't need to have extra chains there. So what you're going to do is you're going to do shell, single crochet, shell, and then in the last one a single crochet. So just remember, 5 treble, 5 chains, 5 treble, single crochet. The shell is 5 treble, 5 chain, 5 single crochet, 5 treble, and then the single crochet at the end. So shell, single, shell, single, shell, single, all the way across. Okay, I've worked all the way across. Shell, single, all the way across. Got these really big shells because it's treble crochet. Now we're going to start row 3. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the first 2 treble crochet in this 5 group. Skip 2, the first 2. So now you're going to make a cluster in these 3. Now a cluster, according to the instructions, are 3 treble crochet worked together at the top. So you want to start your treble crochet, 1, 2, all right? You've got 2 loops on your hook. Now the next one. Pull up a loop, and then 1, 2. Now there's 3. Work into the next one. 1, 2, then you've got 4. Now pull through all 4, and that is the cluster. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the chain 5 space, single crochet, and then chain 5, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do a cluster in the top 3 right here. All right, so we're going to start the treble right here, and now we have 2. The next part, and now we have 3. The third part, that's sometimes called a leg, first leg, second leg of cluster. So if you ever see a leg, that's what that means. We got legs in crochet. Got 4, pull through 4. So now we're going to do another cluster, and this time, just like the first one, we're going to use these top 3. Skip those first 2 and use the top 3. There's the first one, and the second one, and the third one, and now we go through 4. You see how the clusters are together, the clusters right there together. So we've got one cluster hanging out by itself, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, 2 clusters facing each other. And then we're just going to keep doing that. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is actually a blanket in the pattern, so it's got 194 starting chains. So you just keep going and going and going. 2, 3, 4, 5. I did like the speed of this blanket because you're using these really tall stitches. It went so much faster. So we're going to use the top 3 here for our cluster. 1 and 2. And the last one, last leg of the cluster, pull through 4. Okay, and again we're going to make those point towards each other, and we're going to take the top 3. 1, 2, and the last leg there, 3. Now you do repeat this until you get close to the end, and you remember at the end the first time we had one hanging out here by itself, so we have to repeat that on the other side. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to chain the 5 that like we normally do, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet, and then chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that last cluster. That would be one leg of that cluster, and here's 2, and the last one right there. Pull through 4. So now we've got to come down all the way to the single crochet. A treble crochet is not going to do that. We need a double treble. Note that a double treble is 3 yarn overs. 3. The trebles were only 2. We're doing 3 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we came all the way back up. See, that treble there is the equivalent of the first 5 chains that you did in the beginning over here. And you see the shells and then the clusters. And that is all this pattern is. A shell row and then a cluster row, and a shell row and a cluster row. It is amazing how wonderfully quick this project goes. So when I come back, I'm going to go ahead and do another row for this. To do row 4, this is going to be the shell row. You're going to single crochet into that double treble. And once again, we're going to be doing those massive shells, and we're going to do them in a single crochet. You're just going to jam those stitches right into that one single crochet, and I promise it will fit. So 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 5, and then we're going to chain 5 and do the other side of the shell. 3, 4, 5, and the other side of the shell. 1. Move the stitches over if you need to. Just push them over. 2, 3, 4. Yarn flying everywhere. And 4. Hang on. and then 5, all right, see, I got all that whole shell in that one single. It doesn't look like a single anymore, but it's still there, right there. And then when you do the single crochet, you just work right into between the two clusters right there, just between them, right there. There's a space right there, and that sort of makes them more defined. It makes the clusters more of a point when you join them together like that. They don't just miraculously happen. See that? See that right there? That would be a tangle. All right, so we're going to, all you're going to do for the 4th row is, once again, you've got a single crochet at the beginning, a shell in the single crochet, a single crochet between the clusters, then shell and single crochet, and shell here, and on the last one I stitched under this one. I didn't try to go into that chain. I just went ahead and stitch under right there. Just insert my hook right there. Do a single crochet right there. So when we come back, we'll do another repeat of row 3. All right, I've just completed row 3, and I just wanted to show you. See, shell, single crochet, shell, single crochet, shell. I know that this pattern looks difficult, but it's really so easy. There are only 2 rows to repeat. And so the last single crochet, I just insert the hook under that chain 5 and do a single crochet right there. Now for row 4, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you do a cluster going into the top 3 of these trebles. So this one, so you've got a cluster, leg 1 and leg 2 and 3, and pull through all 4, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain 5 space, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now the 2 clusters that are going to be facing each other. First treble and the second, and then the third. Pull through 4, and just skip all of that and come over to the top 3 and do a cluster over there. And you just complete those 2 rows, the shell, single crochet, shell, single crochet, and then you do the cluster. And it's so easy. You're just going to love how easy it is. And fast, because those stitches are so tall, it goes very quickly. And you're just going to love completing this one. You can memorize it very quickly, and it's just 2 rows, row 3 and row 4 repeated throughout. You're going to love it. Check out my website for the full pattern.